This morning we begin from the north because, as you are aware by now, I am Zosemlina of the Bona traditional area. My paramount chief, Bona Salifutia, he showed a very beautiful display at the Fire Festival, and we all yield to the overlord of the Dagban Kingdom, Yana himself. There's a beautiful video that I'd like to show you quickly to start off our show for today. Look, watch. And that's a beautiful display of culture there and tradition as well. I miss this as well. And so kudos to all the people out there who celebrated the Fire Festival. It happens only once in a year. Very soon, my own people here in Accra will celebrate Homowa Festival in grand style, and we'll bring you the highlights as well. Now, you remember sometime last year I told you about a very bad syndicate that was siphoning fuel, stealing fuel, actually from tankers that were asked to go and deliver goods. That bad syndicate is at Yamaransa. It happens in a corner at Yamaransa. Yamaransa is on the Cape Coast Road, Accra Cape Coast Road. You take a right turn towards the Fosu Road, Asebu, Felix Fosu Kwachi's, constituency where he wants to become MP. That connects to the Ashanti region. That enclave, the security people know what I'm talking about. All the security agencies, they are very much aware of what I'm talking about. They may not have brought the report back to Accra or to their headquarters, but they know what I'm talking about. Show us the video. People siphoning fuel, and they do it under the cover of darkness. Sometimes in the broad daylight. The police know, the national security knows, the NIB knows. They all know what I'm talking about. That a company sends a truck with goods, and they fill the tank with fuel. Can we find the video and put it up there quickly? We don't have too much time. They find the spot, and the fuel that has been given to them for them to transport the goods, right? They actually go there to siphon the fuel. And I also spoke to you about, it's a dark video, very dark video under cover of darkness. People siphoning fuel. Now, there's also the syndicate around that same enclave where people go, fuel tankers, right? And then if they're taking your fuel to your fuel station, they actually go there, take a few barrels and drums, and they adulterate the fuel. And I'm saying that the security people, they know what I'm talking about. It's unfortunate we can't find the video, but the video is supposed to be there. I wanted to show people, because sometimes when you say these things, even with evidence, they say you are telling lies. Even with evidence, they say you are speaking on truth. Even with evidence, they say you are trying to frame up people. And you would know them when you put a question, for example, on your Facebook post or on your X page, and then they don't come and answer the question. They come and they set their own question under your, under your post, and they demand and insist that you answer their question. Look, going forward, don't allow anybody to dictate to you what you post on your page. Your page is yours. If they think that whatever they are pressing upon you to post on your page is good enough, let them post on their page. And do not allow anybody to disrespect you in the name of tolerance or under the guise of tolerance or you trying to be democratic. No. That's wrong. Have we found the video, please? Let's find that video quickly and play. I want us to play that video because I don't want a situation where people will come and say, oh, no. Okay. Now, while we find that video, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has been speaking. He's been speaking to a very thorny issue which has been dismissed by many people. One, Gabi Otridaku, who says, I'm not a member of government, but when he makes predictions, it happens. People call him prime minister. He said, I'm not a member of government. You meet MPP stalwarts, the big boys, and they say, Charlie, this cannot be done without Gabi. You know, people say things, all manner of things, but he has insisted that he's not. Well, he has come to the defense of his family's honor. The president of the republic has also recently defended, I'll play that video for you. And then the Ochehene as well has come to say that anybody, the Ejapadia document book that we have all seen is actually a creation of fiction meant at targeting Achims. Somebody said, well, Ochehene doesn't control the entire Achim kingdom, but he controls a portion of it. So why is he speaking for everybody? I don't know. But he has also spoken about it. Let's watch the president. Watch him.
In the run-up to the 2008, 2012, and 2016 presidential elections, I was the target of numerous false and malicious stories aimed at attacking my credibility and integrity. In 2008, baseless allegations of drug trafficking were spread, along with numerous rumors about my health intended to cast doubt on my ability to serve as president. President Kufuor was also accused in 2008 of having sold all of Ghana's gold reserves. Again, the 2012 election saw false reports of my alleged arrest in London for drug possession and fabricated quotes designed to stir ethnic tensions. In 2016, it was alleged by sympathizers of the opposition that I had killed my late wife. Today, with a few months to the December 2024 elections, they are at it again. A fabricated document entitled Ejapadia is being peddled around by operatives of the opposition as evidence of a grand scheme by my party to annex the assets of the state. These experiences underscore the importance of discerning truth from falsehood and the need for all of us to remain vigilant against the dangers of misinformation and disinformation.
That's the president of the republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I can understand the pain of the president because when or if you have not done something and somebody tries to force that on you, it hurts. I've been a victim of that. I spoke about street children. They say, oh, he has given birth to with many women. He has not gone to take responsibility. You speak about the drugs and all of that. Say, oh, he's been smoking weed. He's smoking cocaine. So anything you say, once people do not like it, they say, ah, yes, he actually does it. That's one leg of the conversation. And I've said that, okay, I volunteered this morning. Come and pick me up. Let's go for a toxicology test. But let's start from the Jubilee House. Let's start from the very top. I will volunteer myself. Let everybody too in the Jubilee House volunteer themselves. Then we would do the toxicology test together. Now, it is painful when such accusations are thrown at you. But you see, to every rumor, there's an iota of truth. And Mr. President, respectfully, it doesn't lie in your mouth to come and, like what Gabi, and there's a tweet from Gabi, please find that for me, to come and say that, for example, look at what Gabi says. It says, if you believe a family will document its alleged evil plans against the very village they proudly live in. So Ghana is now the village. Document it all in revised copies of a book and impose a portrait of the head of family boldly on its front cover. Then please do have your head properly examined. It may help you greatly. This was on the 31st of July 2024. It says, if you believe a family will document its alleged evil plans against the very village they proudly live in, document it all in revised copies of a book and impose a portrait of the head of family boldly on its front cover, then please do have your head properly examined. It may help you greatly. Now, the second leg is that while it's painful for you to be alleged wrong, and for allegations to be slapped on you wrongly, to every rumor there's an iota of truth. So where's the iota of truth in this? For example, look at what happened at SNIT. Kofi Osafo-Maafo, Dr. Tinkran. How did Dr. Tinkran leave SNIT? Who appoints the head of SNIT? Is it not from the presidency? And who appointed Kofi Osafo-Maafo? Is it not from the presidency? So when the president comes to tell you that, oh, the person I appointed has been sacked and another person has replaced him, but I am not the one who sacked him, or I do not know anything about it, as we saw play out from the document, there's a problem. You know that connected to SNIC, there's also the EcoBank and Asa Kume's wife. And I have studied and said that Asa Kume's wife is a professional, through and through. But to the end that you find it in a document, you will ask questions, not to say it is true, not to say it is not true, because I remember when that matter happened as well, somebody close to him also had told me that, he said anybody who says that must have their head examined. So the head examination thing is something that runs through. But must you blame Ghanaians? Mr. President, you have told Ghanaians too many things that under your watch will not happen, that have happened. I shall protect the public purse. We cannot find the purse. If you want to make money in government, don't come close to my government. Go into the private sector. We have seen that happen in your government and now under your government. People we know, people we have known before they got into government, and how under a space of 4 years, some 8 years, some 7 years, we have seen their lives change drastically. And if you look at how much they earn and what investments they have had, you ask yourself questions, how did they come by this sudden wealth in a very short while? Including, Mr. President, your own children. Your children. Mr. President, you have told us, for example, that you will not do family and friends, but you have overdone the family and friends thing that you criticize. You have overdone it. So now your trust and credibility and integrity is in tatters. It's in the mud, as the Gen Zs will say. Why should anybody trust you? Because you are the one saying that, oh, this is not what it is. Why should anybody trust you? Why should anybody trust you? We remember the Ejapa deal, the botched Ejapa deal. We spent $12 million achieving nothing. And there were elements of your family around it. It doesn't lie in your mouth, Mr. President, to tell us that we should discard it. And discarding it, what honor are you bringing? What's your counter evidence? You are a lawyer. What's your counter evidence? In court, when you say he's telling lies, what he's saying is wrong, you present counter evidence. Mr. President, where is your counter evidence? And people will not trust you because you have turned yourself into a clearing agent. Should I give you the list of persons who wronged, the people, the state? They think that people thought that they should have been sacked yesterday and they still are at post. Juicy positions, as somebody will say. Should I mention the names for you? Some of them have won their parliamentary bid and are going to primaries and to contest the main elections. They have won their primaries and they're going to contest elections with those question marks around or on their heads. Is that your legacy? So people now have that fear to ask questions, and the questions they ask are legitimate. Because the things that we have read in when I saw the Japadia document for the first time, I discarded it. And then I saw the things playing out in the Japadia document, and I asked myself, if the things in this document are playing out, why would anybody come and tell me that it is not? So they say tomorrow morning, this will happen. I wake up tomorrow morning like a prophet prophesying to you, and the thing is happening, and you say, oh, don't believe the prophet. Discard that prophecy. That prophet is not credible. Mr. President, that's not how it works. You know. The law of evidence, that's not how it works, you know. So please come again. The SNIT example is one striking one. That the appointments are made from your office with your approval. If you have not said that Nana Santi Bedieto should write a letter to somebody saying that you have been appointed, he will not write it unless you want to tell the entire Ghanaians that the country has been on autopilot and Nana Santi Bedieto can wake up, your relative, can wake up on his own and just issue a letter and say that so and so has been sacked, so and so has been appointed. A deputy director general of Senate, he quit the job in protest. I am told that Dr. Tinkre also left in protest. And then as soon as he left, Senate hotels up for sale. And then we have seen the many different lands. A deputy minister who served under you, Nanado, was on TV admitting that he bought state lands, he took farm implementation for poor farmers, and that there is nothing wrong with acquiring state lands. He said it on national TV. He's still walking around. He would take ex gratia. The people sweat. So the very things that you said to the people in 2008, when the first accusations came, drug trafficking, you had killed your wife, 2012, 2016, 2020, now 2024, you are actually living some of those things that the people said. And people defended you, but it appears you are living those things. So, Mr. President, please go back again. Go back, maybe go back to the chain and have a conference with him that Ghanaians say you cannot just come and dismiss it. You need to bring counter evidence to prove that what is being said is not true, because what is in the book, we've seen it playing out. And while I say, please tell your nephew that our heads are properly examined. Maybe, just maybe, the people who need their head examined, they know themselves. There's Minister for National Security's video. He's worried. And he's making a certain pronouncement, asking that whoever loses the elections must accept the results. There's absolutely one on the judiciary that, there's something that he knows that we don't know, of course. And there are things that he knows that he can't come and say everything publicly. But he's been at the back end. Why would the Minister for National Security be now talking to us close to the elections? What has he heard? Has his outfit, for example, done some testing, litmus test on the ground, interviewing people and doing their own survey or poll, and has come to realize that the thing is tilting towards a certain direction? So he's asking, did Mr. President get that briefing? What about the EC chair? And you see, Mr. Kadapa has said what he will say, but people have their trust issues about the EC. The EC still has party people sitting on comfortable chairs, working there to present to us free, fair, and credible elections. They are still the party people. You remember them? Party people are still at the Electoral Commission. The BVD machines that the EC flatly denied that had been stolen still remain stolen. They have not finished explaining it. We have not concluded that matter. Trust issues. There are officials of the Electoral Commission, some who were tearing off portions of a candidate's picture, some who were forcing people to vote in a certain direction. Remember that old woman, that by-election? People who were doing all manner of things, people who were taking envelopes from MPs, for breakfast, all of them. They are still, the EC has not properly closed that matter. The EC has credibility issues in terms of declaring results, coming back to change the results, and re-changing it, and re-changing it, and re-changing the results. The EC, the same EC. So the EC has credibility issues, and the painful thing is that they don't even listen, because they have military guards around them. Even the president doesn't have that number of military guards. Even the chief of defense staff doesn't have that number of military guards, but they don't listen. But when Jimeza was at IE, everybody listened to her. And based on her recommendations, those things that she recommended were injected into our electoral system, and today we call them reforms. So why is she not listening? Why is Bosman Asari not listening? Why would he make an utterance, for example, to say that the NDC is a danger to our democracy? He's forgotten that he's not in the classroom, he's not in the lecture hall, he's not the political scientist who should be making those comments out there. He's supposed to be the neutral arbiter and should hide his political biases that everybody has known on the campus at Legon as a TESCON boss. So the EC has issues that they have to deal with. A party communicator is picked up and made a commissioner at the Electoral Commission. Another party female communicator and put there. The EC that's there has issues. So let's listen to Kandapa with the basis. And now let's form our opinion. Listen.
Johnnie's right. Undermine the beauty of our democracy. Yes, we have succeeded as a country in ensuring a transition of power from one political party to another on more than 2 occasions since the inception of the Fourth Republic. The electoral processes leading to the transitions have not been devoid of pockets of violence. I must acknowledge, however, that the decisions by political parties to resort to the courts to address their grievances over electoral outcomes have aided in preventing a full-blown electoral crisis. The 2024 general elections will certainly test the strength of our democracy, our ability to prevent electoral violence given the high stakes involved, where the 2 major political parties appear convinced about their prospects of emerging victorious. That obviously creates a security challenge for me where I sit. We may, for the first time, experience a situation where none of the major political parties will be willing to explore the courts to address their grievances. And indeed, I've heard some senior people in the political space saying that they have lost faith in the court's ability to address their concerns when it comes to elections. So, this can create a situation that can set the stage for chaos. And it underscores the need for us to build a robust and transparent electoral system where results coming from same will be acceptable by all parties as a way of guaranteeing peace before, during, and after the elections.
That's our National Security Minister, Honorable Albert Kan Dapa. I leave you to form your own opinion. I will see you next week with another full bouquet. But know that this week we have spoken about the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Yesterday they had a staff deba. Wasomia would your ears inside they sweet you. Monday I will brief you.